Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're unpacking the blueprint for building a massive, pragmatic e-commerce platform, layer by layer. And look, we're not talking about some small, basic online storefront today. We're designing the optimal, highly cost-efficient tech stack for an enterprise-level platform, one that's built to handle serious volume without buckling under the pressure. So, that brings us to the million-dollar question, quite literally. How do you scale e-commerce without breaking the bank? This is the core tension we're exploring. The stakes are incredibly high. You need massive scalability to survive explosive traffic, but you also need strict cost efficiency so your infrastructure bills don't just eat your profit margins alive. Doing this at scale means juggling four massive challenges, all at exactly the same time. First up, you have to serve product catalogs incredibly fast, even when you're dealing with millions of items. Second, and this is non-negotiable, you absolutely must keep checkout reliable during huge traffic spikes, because a crash during a flash sale, that's catastrophic. Third, you need real-time inventory accuracy across multiple warehouses. And fourth, you have to personalize the experience without slowing anything down. Solving one is easy enough, but solving all four at once, that requires some really careful architecture. Here is our blueprint for today. We'll follow the user journey from the surface down to the core, starting with the storefront, moving into the backend databases, securing checkout reliability, tuning search, and finally, order fulfillment. All right, layer one, this storefront and front end. This is the part your customer actually sees and interacts with. And the golden rule here is simply speed. Slow pages directly cost you sales. So what's the ideal toolkit for the storefront? You really want to start with Next.js. It's React, sure, but with built-in server-side rendering, which is an absolute game-changer for blazing fast product pages and killer SEO. Pair that with Tailwind CSS for styling. Tailwind keeps your codebase clean, consistent, and incredibly fast to build with, especially when you're coordinating across a really large engineering team. Now, what's really interesting here is the cost breakdown. A very common, heavily expensive choice in the industry is paying for a completely separate content delivery service just for images. But the insider, cost-efficient pick? Just use Next.js's built-in image optimization and static generation. This alone can drastically cut your page load times at near zero extra cost to your organization. It's a total no-brainer. Moving deeper into the layer cake, we hit Section 2, Core Backend and Databases. This is where your product catalog actually lives. For your Layer 2 and 3 toolkit, your primary backend choices are going to be Node.js with Nest.js or maybe Java with Spring Boot. For your data foundation, Postgres is the absolute standard for orders and inventory. And alongside that, you want Redis. Think of Redis as your high-speed, short-term memory. It holds session data, cart contents, frequently viewed items, and it completely protects your main Postgres database from getting overwhelmed. Now, why mandate PostgreSQL specifically? Because of strong consistency. E-commerce platforms need a model that ensures all users see the exact same data at the exact same time. You literally cannot sell the same item twice. For inventory, you need database-level locking or optimistic concurrency control to prevent overselling during high-traffic moments. PostgreSQL gives you that rock-solid transactional accuracy. Okay, let's inject some serious pragmatism here. The over-engineered trend right now is splitting your backend into 10 separate microservices on day one. Please, don't do it. The smart approach is a modular monolith. Just structure your catalog, cart, and checkout as logical modules inside the exact same codebase. It handles serious traffic perfectly well early on. Splitting them up later, when you actually need independent scaling, is vastly cheaper than over-engineering from the start. Here's another incredible place to save money. Skip the complex, headache-inducing database sharding. The practical alternative? Postgres read replicas. These replicas easily handle most of your read-heavy traffic, like thousands of customers just casually browsing the catalog. Save complex sharding for a scale that, frankly, most platforms never actually reach. On to Section 3, Checkout and Payment Reliability. We need to treat this with the utmost seriousness, because this is, without a doubt, the single most important flow on the entire platform. Notice the number 1? That's because you need exactly one, completely isolated, highly reliable environment dedicated solely to checkout. Isolating it ensures that if something randomly fails elsewhere in the system, it doesn't bring down your ability to actually collect money. Here is a non-negotiable technical detail. You must always use idempotency keys on every single payment request. Think of them as unique digital stamps. If the network blips and a retry happens, that idempotency key guarantees a customer is never accidentally charged twice. It protects customer trust and saves you from a total customer service nightmare. Oh, and by the way, you should never build this payment infrastructure in-house. Instead, outsource it. Use processors like Stripe or Adyen. Building payments yourself is not where you save money. Outsourcing is the ultimate smart play because they charge per transaction. That means your infrastructure costs scale naturally alongside your incoming revenue, rather than demanding some massive, risky upfront investment before you've even made a sale. Moving right along to Section 4, Search and Smart Recommendations. If checkout is how you collect money, search and recommendations are how you convince customers to actually buy more. Our Layer 5 toolkit heavily relies on Elasticsearch. Standard relational databases frankly choke on fast, flexible product searches at scale. Elastic sits right alongside your main DB and does the heavy lifting: advanced filters, autocomplete, and typo tolerance. For recommendations, pair it with something like Apache Spark for batch processing that classic customers also bought logic. Want to know another massive budget trap? Building custom deep learning models right out of the gate. No way. The insider secret is combining your well-tuned Elasticsearch setup with some simple collaborative filtering. That captures almost all the revenue impact of personalization at an absolute fraction of the engineering cost. Save the deep learning for way down the road. Finally, we enter Section 5, Order Fulfillment and Infrastructure, the final layers where the system's ability to hold together under immense pressure is truly tested. Let's see how this builds out when a customer clicks Buy. We use an event-driven architecture here. When Step 1, the order event happens, it triggers multiple independent processes. Step 2 updates inventory, Step 3 notifies the warehouse, and Step 4 sends the customer emails. Because these run independently, the system is super resilient. If your email server crashes for 10 minutes, the warehouse still gets the notification. It's brilliant. But how do you orchestrate all those events? Throwing in a full event streaming platform like Kafka from day one is total overkill. A really pragmatic downgrade for moderate scale is a simple job queue like BullMQ. It works perfectly fine until your volume genuinely demands Kafka or Redpanda. And later, you can bring in Temporal for tracking complex multi-step workflows. To wrap up the infrastructure toolkit, Layer 7, we have Kubernetes to orchestrate everything, which is crucial because e-commerce traffic is notoriously spiky. Then, Cloudflare serves as your CDN and DDoS protection. Honestly, their free or lower cost tiers are fantastic and delay the need for expensive enterprise contracts for a long time. Finally, Prometheus and Grafana. You need to monitor literally everything with these, keeping a razor-sharp focus on checkout success rates and page load times. Okay, take a deep breath. Let's recap this entire 7-layer master blueprint in one go. We're using Next.js and Tailwind for a lightning-fast front end, Nest.js or Spring Boot for a solid modular monolith backend, Postgres and Redis lock down our data accuracy and caching, Stripe or Adyen handles the critical isolated payments, Elasticsearch powers the search, Kafka or BullMQ drives the event processing, and wrapping the whole shebang together, Kubernetes and Cloudflare handle those massive traffic spikes. It's a complete, highly pragmatic picture. Which brings us to our golden rule and a final provocative thought to leave you with today. Invest heavily in checkout reliability and page speed, and keep literally everything else as simple as it can be while still scaling. So, ask yourself, where is your current stack over-engineered? And hey, if you want to go deeper and master any of these specific layers, whether that's Next.js, Elasticsearch, or Kafka, Uplatz has some absolutely incredible courses covering each one in depth. Check out the links in the description to start learning right away. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep building those smart, scalable systems.